Good evening. My name is J.Sanders, and I am an undergraduate majoring in health studies at Texas Women's University in Denton, Texas. Today, I would like to address the effects that diabetes has on Americans. I would like to share with you the risks that contribute to the disease as well as the impact it has and ways to lower the chances of developing the disease. Along with ways to lower further development of diabetes, I would like to propose National Diabetes Day of America in dedication to my grandfather, Floyd Dale Sanders Sr., in hopes to make diabetes more aware to the American people. National Diabetes Day would be a day in which the American people can get free testing and take a risk test to see if he or she is at risk of type 1, type 2, or gestational diabetes. Though there is a Worldwide Diabetes Day on November 15th, I believe it is especially important that Americans are informed on the risk of developing diabetes. In 2012, statistics showed that 29 million Americans are living with diabetes. Out of 29 million people, 8 million of those people were gone undiagnosed, and diabetes still to this day remains the 7th leading cause of death here in the United States. With the number of diagnoses sky high and on the rise, and subject to double in years to come, it is important that diabetes is lowered and people begin to take healthy steps to avoid developing the disease or at least control the disease. One would believe that one major issue is that America is just simply overweight. In 2004, the American Diabetes Association published an article titled, "Obesity in America, It's Getting Worse." 2/3 of Americans were overweight or obese in 2004. It is known to most that obesity is usually followed by diabetes. But where does this problem start? Well, in my opinion, I feel that the extra large, high-calorie, fast food restaurants would be one issue that Americans face daily. I mean, who could resist the Big Mac or the Whopper? Type 1 diabetes, also known as prediabetes, has no known cause, but we do know that genetics plays a key role in the disease. Type 2 diabetes is caused when the body becomes resistant to insulin or when the pancreas stops producing enough insulin. It too is unknown as to why this happens, but according to the Mayo Clinic, weight and inactivity could be 2 factors. Gestational diabetes is common in pregnant women. It is known that women who test positive for gestational diabetes will most likely develop diabetes in the long run. This can also have a tremendous effect on babies and put them at risk of developing type 2 diabetes or cause pregnant women to giving birth to overweight babies. Diabetes as we know it is not a race thing, nor is it a gender thing. Diabetes affects us all: women, children, men, young, and old. No matter how you put it, diabetes is a disease that has the ability to take over at any time. As we mentioned previously, people who are overweight or obese are at risk of having diabetes. Children and adolescents are also at risk under the age of 20 years old. About 151,000 children and adolescents are living with diabetes. According to the CDC, 13,000 young people are diagnosed with diabetes every year. Diabetes among children is very difficult to detect. Because children have little to no symptoms, diabetes is being left undetected in children for a very long time. Seeing that, for the most part, we know a little bit about diabetes, what National Diabetes Day of America will do for this cause is have all hospitals and clinics prepared to test anyone who is willing to be tested for diabetes. During this time, providers will be giving handouts on how to take control and prevent diabetes, and also be invited to a special diabetes conference that will be held at the end of every National Diabetes Day of America. Schools will also be in participation. Students will also be given handouts on diabetes in children and adolescents. Children look up to the adults, and we can expect them to learn if we are not being their example. Be the leader for your child and show them the way. Encourage your children to participate in local diabetes awareness gatherings. Children are suffering just as much as adults, and we have to put an end to the suffering. National Diabetes Day of America will encourage Americans to take control of their health and show the American people ways of living, such as eating right, dieting, and exercising. National Diabetes Day will also show those who have the disease how to take control of their diabetes as well. I'm hoping to push National Diabetes Day of America forward in hopes that one day we can put diabetes to the side. It is possible. For years, I've watched my grandfather suffer from diabetes, and ultimately, I watched the disease take his life. I want to help others fight and take control, but I also need the American people to want to change and do better. If we, the American people, can take a stand like I know we can, we will be on the next step to building a healthier America. Diabetes is on the rise, and only we can make the change. National Diabetes Day will be a day in which the American people will stand up and soon say, enough is enough. And hopefully, together, we can all fight this cause and stop diabetes and end it. But it's up to us. Thank you.